So someone commented on my video the other day, if it's even worth going into a physical therapy career now with all the new laws and things that have been passing, that it's not a professional career, right? And that's what you really have to take into consideration. Is it worth it? It may be not worth it for the majority of the people, right? Because you're going to be in $150,000 debt and you might not even qualify for student loans anymore. So you're going to have to go and get private loans. If you're going to have to go get private loans, it may not be worth it. Sorry to break it to you, because every program nowadays, especially since inflation occurred, you'll be lucky if you're able to find a doctor of physical therapy program that's under $90,000. And that's if you stay in state programs. The majority of programs are all going to be over $100,000 now. And the average physical therapist makes anywhere from, in California, it may be a lot less in other states, but in California, it's from like $90,000 to $110,000, right? So to go in debt, $150,000 to $200,000 in debt, to only make 90, or just put average, $100,000, I personally don't feel it's worth it. Why? Because you're in debt double of what you're making a year. After taxes, you're only bringing home like $65,000 to $70,000. And if you have bills, obviously you have a family, you have to take all these factors into consideration. So even if you try to pay it down aggressively, unless you're super smart with your finances, you stay at home with your parents, or, obviously the majority of people are not going to do that. But just say that, I'm speaking for the average person right now. On average, you have an additional $5,000 to $10,000 that you're able to put to the side or save up per year. You're only going to put like an additional $5,000 to $10,000. Just put 10, that you're going to go at it, pretty tough. You're going to put $10,000 into your student loans. That's going to take you 20 years if there was no interest. If you get private loans, who knows what the interest is going to be. On student loan debt, it's like at a 7%. Imagine what the private lenders are going to do. They're going to probably put us like at a 15%. So if there was no interest, it would take you 20 years putting down $10,000 a year to pay off those loans, right? But you take in consideration interest rates. So now it's going to take you 30 to 40 years if you're only putting $10,000 into paying off your loan. And if you have to go through private lenders, it's not like student loan debt now. Student loans, they die with you. Well, that's the way it was. I don't know if there's new laws that's changed or anything like that, but it doesn't get passed down to your family, right? It's not like a home mortgage, where if you have a home mortgage, your family could just take it over, after like whatever that thing is called, probate and stuff like that. And they're able to take over the payments, and obviously the home will be theirs, or like you could pay it off if you have life insurance, whatever, right? But the student loans, they die with you, right? I don't know how it works for private lenders, if you have to have a co-signer or stuff like that. I don't know how that works, but that probably will be different. So that's what you really have to question yourself about. Like, you really have to take consideration that. So that's why I feel like, since it's not considered a professional career now, people may have to get private lenders to be able to pay off these programs. If you do, from my perspective, everyone's is different. Everyone's circumstances is different. You may come from a little bit of money to where you don't have to get in your pockets too much or get too much loans. You just have it, or you're able to ask somebody for it. That's a whole different situation. If you got it like that, PT is for you, because it don't matter if it's $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. You can just pay off the program. And when you graduate, you don't have no loans. You don't have no debt. But if you're like 95% of people, you're going to have to get student loans. And going in that much debt to only make $100,000, it's not worth it. Sorry to break it to you. It's not. I would personally pursue physical therapist assistant. nursing, respiratory therapist. What other? There's so many programs that I can't even think about them right now. But like first would be PTA if I wanted to work with, obviously in a physical therapy clinic. But if I just wanted to get into the medical field and make good money, I would go the nursing route. 100%. I would go the private route too. I would even waste my time on going into a public school because it's gonna take too long to get accepted, doing all the prereqs, doing all that nonsense. I would go straight private, get done in 2 years, pay off that $50,000, $60,000. Well, the student loan debt's only gonna be like $50,000 or $60,000. But the first year, with a little overtime, you're already making close to $100,000. It's a lot smarter investment than the physical therapy route, which is gonna take you 7 to 8 years to graduate. If you go the traditional route, it's gonna take you 7 to 8 years, maybe even more if you like had to retake a class or you couldn't get in anatomy and physiology right away. But if you go the nursing route and if you go private, you'll be done in 2 years with your nursing degree. And you'll be making over $100,000 the first year after graduation if you play your cards right. So maybe the physical therapy path is gonna die down in the future. Like I don't see that many. I don't know. There's a lot of I'm not gonna say dumb, but I'm gonna say maybe passionate. There's a lot of passionate people out there that want to pursue physical therapy, even though they're gonna be running into all these issues now. Because I was passionate about physical therapy, but I didn't have the knowledge I have now. I didn't know what I know now. I would have went a different route possibly. Well, it's a little different for me because I own my own clinic and obviously I'm more financially stable than an employee. But I have a lot more responsibilities too. I have to make sure everyone's paid. I have to make sure the leases are paid. All the insurances are paid. Everything's in place. That even if we have a slow month, that everyone still gets paid the same. That's the benefit of a salary employee. They get paid even though you don't as a business owner. So stress level is a lot less for an employee. Stress level is a lot higher for the business owner. But because of that, you make a little bit more income. But that's enough about that. I was talking about more if it's going to be, beneficial like this person asked me. And, everyone, I guess it depends. Like they say that all the time in physical therapy. It really does though. It really does depend. It depends on multiple factors. And that's something that you really have to sit down and put the pros and the cons, pros on one side, the cons on one side, and decide for yourself. If you have any specific questions, reach out to me.